The Golden Age of Khmer civilization, however, was a period that began from the 9th century to the 13th century, when the Khmer Empire, known as Kampuchea, ruled a large territory from the capital in the Angkor area from western Cambodia. A major event took place in 802 AD, when Jayawarman III, including Jayawarman I, duplicate, or Jayawarman II, the first Khmer king, ascended Mount Kulin, the future present-day Angkor station. 35. He united the Khmer Krom during his reign, a kingdom that gained independence from the Javanese Empire by the sea, and established Haraharalaya, Rolis, as the first capital in the Angkor area. During the reign of King Yasovarman I, a famous king, 889–910, his capital was moved back to Yasodharapura. 36. Later, under the reign of Jayawarman VIII, including Jayawarman I and Jayawarman VII, 1181–1210, the Khmer reached the pinnacle of political power and the re-establishment of culture. Jayawarman VIII gained a series of powers and territories as a result of several victories in the war. The Khmer conquest almost never stopped. Then the Khmer invaded the Cham hometown by the sea, a powerful city. However, territorial expansion was halted after the defeat of Dai Viet. In the battle confirmed the death of King Soyawarman II. Following the death of Jayawarman VIII, the Khmer suffered a gradual decline. 1177 Angkor is first occupied by the neighboring kingdom of Champa, but the greatest threat is the 13th century Siamese, who emerged in the 14th century until the existence of the states of Sukhothai and Ayutthaya. It came out of Khmer rule. The king of Angkor reigned until 1431. When the Siamese occupied Angkor Thom and the Khmer king fled to the south of the country. The main downside was the invasion of neighboring nations, especially the Siamese, chronic dynastic conflicts, and the gradual deterioration of irrigation systems that left irrigated rice fields overwhelming. These kingdoms were originally Khmer monarchies, but they gradually pushed the Angkorian Empire until the kingdom was finally conquered in 1431 by Ayutthaya. The capital of Angkor was abandoned after the Siamese occupied the area. Some temples, such as Angkor Wat, are actually visited on a regular basis, but most of the buildings are overgrown with decaying plants and naturally decaying. The return of the last Khmer king from the Thai prison meant that it was the end of more than 1,000 years of Khmer civilization in 1594 AD. 37. To give Western tourists a better understanding of the ruins of Angkor in the 19th century, one researcher, Henri Mouet, presented a book on travel and some stolen works of art to Europe. The explorers discovered Angkor before the French came to Indochina. In fact, Angkor was discovered by the first European explorer, Henry Mouhot. Was it not the first time for Asians? Khmer. According to the inscription at Ngokor Wat, in the ancient Khmer Empire, the most important territories were present-day Cambodia, the Mekong Delta, southern Laos, and lower Thailand, Siam, combined with the Krai. Through the economy, The empire relied on agriculture, especially through the release of water, which made the rice cultivation process more productive, including fishing. Angkor is located near the Tonle Sap Lake, rich in fish, the largest lake in Southeast Asia. In addition, there were also trade with neighboring kingdoms and China, which took place separately. Khmer culture was heavily influenced by Hinduism and Buddhism. Eventually, both religions still represent the roots of Cambodian society.